bomb got dropped upon us all, and the list of all unknowns is tall. But if there's anything we know, our stubbornness has shown, we'll climb up after any fall. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. The leftover ashes in the sky, and the nations, all they do is fight. Yeah, the crown broke all our trust, so I guess it's up to us to save whatever's left of life. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. But we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. Oh, we know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from.
Hello everyone, this is the Nameless One, and today we'll be continuing the Lost Memories Second Chances campaign. I have here with me today, actually the whole party. I have Cold, Ice, Fiction, Moon, and Nez. Before we get started, I would like to remind everybody, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, follow on Twitch, all that good stuff. More on how to support the channel at the end. Other than that, let's go ahead and get started with a recap. Who wants to do the recap?
What?
Don't all of you
really set that out ahead of time.
What's that?
I feel like we should definitely decide on who does recap ahead of time, because it keeps just being nobody for a bit.
I mean, you're being the most talkative, so Nez, go.
I'm trying to even remember what it was, because it's been a lot of wandering recently.
Well, you did find something last session?
Didn't we find like a bunker or something?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
And
I
we
don't
met the
remember
twin
anything.
deaths.
Someone else take over.
Yeah, we met the twin deaths. They're very, very interested in Doc.
Oh yeah.
We went to the mountains and discovered that in order to continue on, we would have to ditch the carts. We've decided against that. We were going to head to Ivory's location, but then he kind of messed with some magic stuff in the Equestrian Monarchy bunker that we found, and now he's turning into a psycho. We are now heading towards Philadelphia to see if we can find a cure, and, well, Doc has made it clear that he has no issue putting Ivory down.
Well, yeah, you basically got rabies now.
Pretty much. But yeah, that's about where we left off.
Okay. So. If I remember correctly, we left off in the morning again. If not, then we left off in the morning again.
Yes, I believe we left off in the morning.
So, you guys want to do your travel rolls?
I will support Ivory with my survival.
Doc be blind.
Oh yeah, that's right. Perception as well.
I'm too busy keeping an eye on Ivory.
So, as you guys travel, I do need to ask, do you guys want to, actually I'm gonna move this back. Do you guys want to cut down in this direction? Or do you want to head straight this way?
Well, leave that to Ivory. He's the one leading.
We can just keep going straight, I guess.
Okay. So I will note that it is noticeably colder here. The cold weather gear is already coming in handy. And you do continuously see in the mountain ranges what looks like the frostworks either following or you're finding more of them. Hard to tell, 'cause they kind of disappear for a bit and then you see them in the distance. Other than that, you don't seem to have much that you can notice. And a lot of the wildlife has even been kind of quiet.
Well, I'm gonna wrap around with malicious intent.
As you're traveling, though, you do come across a Doc, for you, it's a familiar village. The houses have decayed pretty rapidly, but you do recognize it as the place which you saw the Plague King. For the rest of the party, it looks like this place has been abandoned for like 80 years. What do?
Be careful, a plague came through here some time ago. Who knows if it still lingers?
Yeah.
Quick out of character question: would Pyre actually know who the Plague King is?
Yeah. 100%.
It would be one of the most notable of the god engines, and
Right.
one of the few that actually is known by name because it's kind of hard not to know about it. It may be the smallest, but it's one of the most destructive by its sheer presence. It spews toxins and diseases wherever it goes, so just proximity to it is a death sentence.
Okay, thank you.
And it is kind of the antithesis of Doc. Which is funny, because they both use the Plague Doctor aesthetic.
I just pictured Doc looking into a mirror and being like, Plague King, what are you doing here?
I could totally see that Psycho Doc being like that every day he wakes up and is like, it's the Plague King! My enemy!
Oh wait, no, that's just my reflection. Never mind.
Well, Pyre is going to take Doc's advice and kind of skirt around the village.
I think we should probably check it out just in case. It's been a while, right?
Well, last time I didn't take Doc's advice, I got socked in the jaw, so I'm staying out here.
So, Crap Hit, are you going in one of the buildings?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What's the worst that happens, right?
So,
Doc keeps his first aid kit at the ready.
So the buildings are kind of crumbling and falling apart. Notably, as you're exploring the one that you're in, on the second floor, while it is rather precarious, you do notice a corpse with what looks like a pillow melted to its face. But other than that, it seems like others have come before you and stripped anything of use.
Okay. I'll head back and relay. Looks like it's already been stripped.
Out of character knowledge here, but that specific corpse is actually a callback to the previous Lost Memories. Because one of the players was like, I'll save you, and tried to put them out of their misery, and it ended up taking longer. So, you know.
They tried.
Well, there's none there. Might as well continue on.
So you continue on your travels for a bit, and then after a few more hours, you've left the village out of sight. But it is also time for camp. Campfire.
Believe I would be supporting Ivory's plane survival again. No, Nope, didn't get it this time.
Okay. So you guys could choose two. When you guys do your roll, you will also be able to do 2 healing points if you need health. His doctor just rolled his position.
Do you want me to roll camo?
Yeah,
Are you-
same as always.
About to say, are you doing stealth? So you be a stealthy, fortified camp. So, as you guys are getting settled in, it starts. I need like a thunderstorm. Actually, that one might work better. Not quite thunderstormy, but it starts absolutely pissing a torrential downpour. It's also quite foggy out. I need to
Be on your toes. If I were to ambush someone, this is exactly the dramatic type of weather that I'd be doing it in.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there.
And I really do need to find like just a good thunderstorm. But as you guys are making camp, who's going to do watch? Like what order?
Well, Pyre is planning on 3rd.
Rapid will take second.
I'll do second to last.
That's mine, unless you want me to take 2nd watch.
I'll take last.
I'll take first again. There you go.
I think you're slightly confused, Cole.
Hmm?
Because you said 3rd, so it's Emerald, Rapid, you, Doc, Ivory.
Oh, so 5 watches?
That's the way you guys have been doing it.
Oh. Okay then, I will take 3rd watch, and Ivory is taking which watch?
Last.
Okay.
And Doc, I'll have second last.
Alright,
So,
I forgot. We switched to 5.
but yeah, you have the manpower for it.
Oh, no.
So, Emerald, it's pretty difficult to see out right now, but for the most part, it seems pretty quiet. Your camp is. I'm actually. But the fire noise is pissing rain. Your camp is currently illuminated every so often by flashes of lightning. The Tantabus, with the fire being out, has decided to lay closer to the rest of the group, and for the most part, the majority of the group is doing what they can to huddle from the rain. The Tantabus seems to be the only one okay with this weather. But then again, from what you can tell, the rain is falling through it rather than onto it.
Yeah. I feel like the ground is too muddy to play tic-tac-toe.
It
So
would
I'm just gonna be miserable.
Well, whenever you're done with your misery, wake up next watch.
Yep, I'll go do that.
Alrighty. Let's see if I can see. I should be able to see a little better now. Oh, perfect.
Before I say anything else, whenever you get done with what you're doing on your watches, just tell me that you're either going to wake up the next watch, or for whoever's on last watch, just tell me that you're going to wake up the party. So that way I know that you have done everything you want to do.
Alright.
Rapid, it is just miserable out here. There's nothing of note happening yet, thankfully. But good thing you don't have brontophobia. Despite the fact that the rain towns don't have that.
Oh boy. Maybe the weather's just too bad to get ambushed. I'll wake up the next watch.
Alright. It's a perception check, right?
Hasn't changed.
Alright.
So, for fire, same thing I noted for the other two, except everything seems to have taken on a weird greenish hue. Which, you know, you get some weird weather phenomenon in this area, but that's a bit different.
Well, as much as Pyre would like to talk to the Tantabus, she's a little worried about the green weather and goes and wakes up Doc.
How's everything great?
I was really hoping you could tell me.
If both of you can Doc roll an intelligence, and then Fire roll your lore.
Lore, spawn? Spell spawn?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I know exactly what this means, and it's bad.
Made it.
So, Doc, you and Pyre come to the same conclusion basically at the same time, because you have actually seen this before. This was right before, very much the same right before the Wild Hunt arrived. And Pyre, the Wild Hunt seems to be always followed by just like egregious weather phenomenon.
I take out my working pot and I just start wailing on it. Alright, get up, we're going.
Okay.
Breakfast today is on the road.
So, as you're doing that, the hue shifts a bit more to more of a yellowish green color. And
Don't pack up everything neatly, just eat it in the back of a cart.
Gotcha. Let's go.
currently, Nebula and the Kazite are somewhat panicking.
Don't worry, what the hell is even your name?
She tells you Rainbow Bloom.
I don't think
You
she
haven't corrected me this entire time. I've just been calling you Kaz. You gotta learn how to stand up for yourself.
So, for both Doc and Pyre, I'm not gonna make you make another check for this, but as of right now, your party consists of only 2 party members that you have to be worried about getting taken by the throes of the hunt. Because both of the Kirin in the hunt's eyes qualify as predators. As far as the rest of y'all, it's going to be run for your fucking life and hope the Kirin don't lose it. So.
Alright. I don't want to name anyone specifically, but for all those of a predatory inclination, if you start looking at me mighty hungrily, you might be looking at me mighty dead. Keep your wits about you. I only got so many sedatives. I'll try to pistol whip you first, but if that don't work, I don't mind putting a round or 2 in you.
Understood. Let's go.
Okay, so what I'm gonna have you guys do is, you know, every time we do any kind of chase sequence, it is, let's see what the hell happens, is, hold on, I'm just gonna pull up doc sheet so I can look at it. So,
You know, every time we have a chase sequence in this game, I just hear yakety sax in my head.
I mean, about half the time that's what it turns into, is a yakety sax worthy scene. No. Oop, I did not mean to stop the rain. Trying to find a good... Do I not? Yeah. That is not what I wanted you to do.
Flashbacks. Jeez.
Dramatic flashback.
I've got all the spooky sounds. I need to transfer a quick. Yeah, that one works. Duplicate that for the Lost Memories one. Oh, it's already looped too. Perfect. Back to the rain. Okay, so what I'm gonna have you guys do is roll a health check, and that'll be, if you fail that, it'll be a point of fatigue, and if you pass that, it will be just you are able to keep going regularly. If when you do that, you want to spend a fatigue point, you can move faster. Let's see.
Okay.
Of course, don't forget that if you run out of fatigue point, you die.
It's not just pass out.
I'm pretty sure if you get to 0, it's die.
Okay.
No.
If it's 0, you unconscious. If you continue to take fatigue points, you start, or take fatigue damage. Once you hit 0, you start taking HP damage.
Okay, so instead of fatigue damage, it turns into
Lethal damage.
okay. Thank you for clearing that up then.
And of course, if you pass out, you will die.
I will say that if you guys become, we're gonna have 2 different checks happening. For the 2 Kirin, they will need to make a fright check. but for the or not a fright check, a will check, but for everybody else, it's a fright check. If the hunt starts to catch up with you, which will then include dexterity checks to avoid the now predatory nature of your companions if that happens. I will note that during that, Nebula just, during Doc's warning, Nebula just seemed confused, so there's a high possibility she had no clue what's going on still. But go ahead and everybody make the health check. I love the fancy effects that go off with most. Okay, that's you only lose 1 if you fail, 2 if you crit fail, and if you crit pass, you just move ahead further. So, who's going to be pulling the cart?
I think I have to pull my own cart.
I'm pulling my cart, and I'm making Kaz help me.
Okay. Give me a second to make the rolls for everybody else.
You mean to make my will check?
Okay, Kaz is not doing so great, but Nebula is. Go ahead and make it. Actually, no, I'm not going to require a will check just yet, because you guys haven't actually seen the hunt yet. You just know that this is importance of things to come.
Alright, thank you.
Helps if I remember that that was a folder. And this will be for the other 2. So Coppertail's not doing so hot, but god damn it, Crazy Joe's gonna run.
Of course he is.
Okay, so everybody roll me a quick perception.
I feel like I'm gonna fail this one. Nope.
Love it when the game doesn't like to show me things. So, Rapid and Ivory, you two are too focused on fleeing the scene. But everybody else, you start to glance around. Some of you wondering, why the fuck are we still running? There's nothing here. When you see a row of armored figures on horseback, and I'm not talking like pony horse, I'm talking full-sized horse. These things are roughly about the size of alicorns without the wings or horns. And the armored figures on their back, their armor is kind of nonsensical in that it looks like it shouldn't work, but it does. They move in it. And all of their faceplates are various forms of skulls, whether it be animals or creatures that you don't recognize, including humanoid skulls, but no humans here. And the sound of a horn can be heard from amongst that group as they give chase to your fleeing party. Now, all the non-predatory ones that I've noted need to make a fright check, as the rest of you need to make your will check.
Can I just point out that fright
That was my
checks
will
are
check.
easier than will checks for some reason? Is that just me?
Possibly.
As Rapid has a 10, maybe. I'm pretty sure that Ivory should. Yeah, Ivory's not afraid of shit. Time to see how Nebula does.
Hopefully better than Pyre.
Definitely better than Pyre. And then surprisingly, both Crazy Joe and Coppertail passed their fright checks. So, Pyre, how many party members do we got? So there's Crazy Joe, Coppertail, Nebula, Akaze, Rapid Chatter, Emerald, Doc, and Ivory.
8 in total, 7 without me. Or wait, hold on, I'm missing someone.
I've got 8 without you.
Okay, yeah, I'm missing one of the players on here for some reason.
Okay. Doc, pick a number between 1 and 8.
6.
Remember your number. Ivory, between 1 and 8.
7.
Okay. Rapid,
Mm-hmm.
between 1 and 8.
6.
Choose a different one.
4.
Okay. And Emerald,
2.
remember your number.
Got it.
It was a 2.
Hooray! What happens to me?
So, for Fire,
Mhm.
you need to. You're going to make an unarmed melee attack against your companion. It can either
So that
be your. Either be hooves, or I believe you should have piercing striker.
Yeah, for the horn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start with a punch. So roll for that.
Correct.
Made it.
Emerald, you made your fright check, so you can choose to defend.
How? Just like dodge or?
Dodge or parry.
I don't know what my parry is.
Let me open your sheet. I'm gonna have so many character sheets just sitting open. Let's see. So if you go to the second column in your melee, you have 2 parries. You also have a dodge up in the load column.
Okay.
It also has your movement, which is 4.
Yeah.
So you have a parry of 12 in both your piercing striker and your punch,
Why do I have a 12 to parry with my horn?
because you have a 15, and it goes off of that. Your
Fair
brawling,
enough.
your brawling has brought all of that up.
All right, yeah, my brawling. Yeah, I guess I'll parry then.
Okay. So
Right.
hold. You will roll damage based off of what is on here. So you did the punch.
Yep. I believe that would be this one.
So Emerald, you take a point of damage as a wild-eyed pyre takes a swing at you and clocks you in the ribs.
Ow! Rude.
Okay. Give me just a sec to check. Let's see if the okay, everybody roll your health checks.
I failed mine.
So it looks like Rapid and Emerald are only two that managed to keep the pace. The Wild Hunt appears to be gaining on y'all. So I need another round of Fright and Will checks from everybody except for Pyre. Pyre is already under their influence.
Critical.
Okay. So that okay, that is everybody. Let me get they both fail those. Do they fail the fright check? Crazy Joe is still not afraid. For whatever
Be not
ungodly
afraid,
reason.
Crazy Joe.
I will say for Rapid, you are able to actually do a thing in between. What do you want to try to do? You will not be able to shake Pyre out of the grasp of the hunt until you guys break from the hunt.
Could I just like pull forward a bit without using fatigue? Or like something else?
Let's do something else.
Alright, I'll take a pot shot at one of our pursuers.
Okay, go ahead and roll your weapon skill. While you do that, I'm gonna roll for Nebula and Kazite. Kazite
Bang bang.
and Nebula are both doing well with the running side of things. Oh, I threw my dice. Nebula is still holding on, and the Kazite is surprisingly brave today. For those of you that failed the fright check, I will say that you are able to pull ahead at the expense of a fatigue point because, you know, running in fear. So, Doc, for Rapid, you do manage to land multiple hits, but they seem entirely unfazed by it. Given the conditions, you can't tell whether it was because it ricocheted or because it like hit but didn't hit anything important. But they are still coming. Up ahead, you guys see a break in the fog. I'm assuming that everybody's going to be smart enough to steer for that, right?
Yep.
Just get out of here.
Oh, Pyre's just chasing the group at this point.
Okay. So this will be the last round of health and fright and will checks.
Oh, failed mine.
I don't like to use extra effort.
Okay.
Wait, did I just click the wrong thing? No, that's fine.
Okay. Moon, I cannot see that roll.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out how to add bonuses.
Oh, okay. You should be able to just put a in other modifiers, just place the +2.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out how to build like macros.
Oh, okay. And we'll go ahead and do. We'll do their health for. Consistent failure. And neither of them are afraid. Crazy Joe has somehow managed to pass every single fright check.
They didn't realize he was being chased. He thought we were running for fun.
Okay. Did I have anybody fail a fright check? So there's, as a surprise to no one, Ivory has not failed fright checks either.
Iron Will Ivory moment.
For real though. So, let's see. Okay, apparently we're just gonna continue to bully Emerald.
Yay!
Well,
Let me guess. I attack.
Yep.
Punch again. Made it.
Emerald, feel free to.
I'll try and block. Oh,
You successfully parry.
hooray.
Okay. So as you guys make it through the cloud cover, it's almost like night and day difference. As you burst out into an area that is far clearer. Still nighttime, but you also realized that you kind of went a lot farther than you were expecting to in the middle of the night. You know, because nobody expected to go anywhere in the middle of the night. See if I can get the. Shoot. Clear up the fog. There it goes. Helps if I am on the right tab to. There. You guys
All the
have
way
made,
past the cloud still.
you guys have made a very significant leap in distance overnight.
Oh, jeez.
You have also pretty heavily exhausted yourselves by my guesstimation. Comparative. Actually, looking at Fire, he didn't do so bad.
Yeah, I only failed 2 health checks, since I didn't have to make fright checks.
How is the rest of the party holding up?
You're doing great.
Pretty
I
well.
mean, we only did like 3 health checks total, so we can only be down 3 max.
Besides,
I was like afraid that there were so many rolls happening. I was like, damn, I don't want to run them out of like fatigue points that quickly. Maybe I should.
to be fair, like to get those back would be like 10 minutes of rest, even if we used all of them.
Yeah.
It's 15 minutes per point. Unless you're, fit, then it's 10 minutes per point.
Yeah, I took 1 point of HP, 1 point of FP. So, I'm good, still good.
So that's what? 150 minutes of rest to fully recuperate.
Yeah.
I mean, assuming you went down from 10 to 0, some of us might have, higher FP. I don't know if anyone does. We could.
Okay, so I will note that for next time because that definitely went way faster.
Mm-hmm.
If all the roles
Higher
confuse you, you could do, start a combat encounter, so that way it keeps track of how many rounds of rolls were done at the top.
Yeah, I think I will do that next time.
Yeah, maybe run the exhaustion the same way as combat exhaustion. It's based off of encumbrance or something.
Yeah, it's equal to your encumbrance level. So if you're completely unencumbered, they don't cost nothing. But light is 1, heavy is 4, medium is 2, extra heavy is 4. So you can lose up to 4 points per failure, depending on how weighed down you are.
Kind of as everyone's catching their breath, you kind of see Pyre, with still half madness in her eyes, shaking her head, kind of dizzily walking around.
I'm gonna grab you by the shoulders and give you a big shake. Like wake up!
Shakes her head one more time. What? What happened?
I slapped you.
Ow! What was that for?
I point at the bruise on my face. Revenge.
Oh. I lost control, didn't I?
Yep. You definitely did.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't shoot you.
Oh, there definitely is that, and that sock definitely deserved that. Oh, jeez. I need to lay down for a minute.
Yeah.
And I'll cook breakfast.
I was about to ask what you guys are gonna do with that. Is kind of a lot just happened?
Yeah.
Alright, everyone. You get a special treat with breakfast today. A side of canned peaches.
Ooh.
Oh, heck yeah.
Moon, you're still rolling privately.
Ah, damn.
While my lizards go nuts in the background, so as you guys are eating your food for the morning, you guys see off in the distance what looks like a massive metal skeleton. For Pyre, roll your spell spawn lore.
Made it.
That is the Iron Revenant. Only reason anybody realizes it's not a god engine is the fact that, it's kind of got no machinery inside of it. It's just one giant metal skeleton.
The Iron Revenant, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because it is roughly the size of one. one of the medium-sized ones, as relative as that term may be.
She kind of reaches into her bag and pulls out her copy of the Legends of the Equestrian Wastes, kind of just to refresh her memory on it. Well, there's the Iron Revenant. Let's see here. Armament to slay the god engines, no one can wear it, dark magic, yada yada yada. Well, not a whole hell of a lot on it. It's just kind of there. Closes the book, puts it back in her bag.
One of those moments like, fuck, there's so much random bullshit here.
Pyre kind of like looks left, looks right. Anyone want to check it out?
Okay.
Of course I do.
Well, I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah,
Be careful, but curious.
Yeah, I'm playing into her curiosity, so I don't have to roll.
Yeah, more suicidal than the last bunch.
I mean, the last bunch ended up trying to make camp on top of the Revenant, so they just didn't realize it was there.
Pyre kind of raises an eyebrow. You been here before?
Close to.
Anything to worry about?
A voice
Just the-
interrupts what you were going to say as a very pretentious sounding voice says, well, it depends on what exactly you're looking to look out for.
Got it, deal.
Have we met before?
Potentially.
A long serpentine figure just kind of materializes. Roll your hidden lore at a -2, Pyre.
Same one? Spells one?
Yep.
Okay, here, -2. And that one. Nope.
So you know it's a spell spot, but having never personally seen this one before, you're not entirely certain.
She kind of preps her rifle and sticks a one of the crystal rounds in the chamber, and just like kind of lightly points it at him.
He arcs an eyebrow as he waves a bird claw hand and says, "Oh, Tosh, put that away." And out pops a bouquet of flowers at the end.
Pyre kind of
Out of his gun?
Pyre kind of lifts her gun, looks at the bouquet. Okay, weird. What exactly are you?
He kind of chuckles, and this creature is just like an eclectic mix of body parts. His body is long and serpentine. He appears to have what looks like a goat head almost, with two different horns. One is a horn, one is an antler. It's got a lion paw on one foreleg, a bird claw on the other foreleg, and one is a hoof. One of his back legs is a hoof leg, and the other is some sort of reptilian foot. And he just gives you a sly grin and says, "I am me."
Very astute of you.
Why, thank you. I pride myself on it.
Well, I suppose the next question is, who are you?
He looks thoughtfully and says, "You know, that's a very interesting question. Who is anyone?" And then proceeds to wax poetic on existence.
Okay.
Nothing has made me regret my sobriety more than this moment.
Pyre's just like kind of rubbing her temple. The last thing I need is some existential dread.
He looks at Pyre and says, "Well, I feel as if you have no reason for it compared to that one," and jabs a clawed finger at Ivory.
Hey.
Hey yourself. And as if to punctuate this point, he snaps his finger, and Ivory is buried under just a mountain of hay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, great. He has puns.
Ivory will poke his head out. Using metaphors and such as like this in order to get across your point is my position. That's my job.
Well, I think he's doing it better.
Oh, I don't quite see you taking up the stand.
Well, I'm not exactly interested in it, who am I?
Everybody's a critic until someone asks them to try.
Ivory
Well, I'm not
will
dumb enough to try.
Exactly. You dare not dare what I do, and yet you still speak poor of it.
Ivory will
Hypocrites, a lot of you.
roll a will save.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're asking Iron Will Ivory to roll a will save?
I hope you fail. Damn it. It was gonna be
Will never
hilarious.
fail.
Don't worry, you're gonna start taking penalties soon if you don't find someone to cure you. So the creature just kind of cackles at all of this before saying, "Good show, old fellow," which he snaps his fingers again, and Ivory looks older than Crazy Joe, who then comments, "He old."
I am 24.
At which point you revert back to your previous appearance age-wise. The creature then clasps his claws under his chin and looks at you guys and says, "So what brings you out here?"
I'm
Oh. You're not dying. I mean, you're gonna die if, psychosis takes over from my hands, but you're not necessarily dying because of psychosis. I mean, you are, because I'm gonna shoot you for it, but you
gonna
get
kill
the
him.
point.
Losing control is tantamount to dying.
There's a momentary slip in his facade as he listens to this, and you can see a pained expression before it immediately is covered. He covers it back up and says, "Ah, yes, that disease. Well, I regret to say that even if I could help you, I really don't feel like it today. You may be able to talk to someone either in Philadelphia, or if you can find the old bastard in the woods here, he may have a cure for you." And he jerks a thumb over his shoulder at the forest nearby. Doc, roll me an intelligence check. +1. So, you actually recognize the forest from this area as the one that had the giant elk, who was able to work both medicine and magic. The problem is he may be very difficult to find because the grove was very difficult to get into.
But there's a chance.
Don't suppose you'd want to give us any pointers.
He rubs his chin and says, "Head for the center, but by going out." And with that, he snaps his fingers and disappears.
The only way he said get to you. If he could have fixed you, he would have. Otherwise, he would have been brought it up.
I cared not for the merrymaking of some creature, but whatever it is for cure, Ivory says reluctantly.
Well, I got some decent experience tracking in the woods. Can't promise anything, especially since, well, I really don't exactly get what he was trying to say.
I also have enough experience going through the woods.
Well, then I suppose we can work together.
There's a magical competent healer in these woods, but they're a bit hard to get into. So, my guess is go to the middle by getting lost or by getting in deep enough that we're in, and then try to leave.
Well, it's worth a shot. But I'll take your lead on this one, Doc, since you seem to have been here before.
A doctor, not a trail guide.
Well, trail guide or not, you still been here. More, I don't necessarily want you to lead us through as I want your advice if it's a good idea or not.
Well, my last interaction with the individual wasn't unpleasant.
It's just a matter of getting there.
Yes.
Fire kind of looks over at Ivory. You want to risk it?
Well,
Your lap on the hand.
assuming it follows the logic of nonsense, it will probably be best for someone who hasn't been there before to lead the way. That way we can get lost, so we can find the lost thing.
Fire kind of shrugs,
I've
looks
read
at Ivory.
this, or Well, it's either this or walking into a fortress full of guns trained on exactly my kind of people. I think I'll take my chances with the forest.
Okay. So, everybody's going into the forest, right?
Yep.
I need everybody roll a perception minus 8.
Fucking
Oh
hell.
god.
Perception, actually.
Perception.
I mean,
minus
it-
8.
It is technically possible for some of you to pass it.
I'm gonna.
Okay, you said
Does
perception?
that work?
My mom.
No, that's a failure. I needed to roll a 2.
Well, if you roll... So, Moon, is a 4 just always a critical success, or if it is lower, does it make it only 3s or critical successes?
Like,
If it's lower, it's gonna be only 3s. 4 and 5 becoming crits are based off of your like skill level.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. So, yeah, you still fail.
yeah.
So, as you guys are making your way into the forest, it doesn't take long before you lose track of everybody.
Oh, like, we're just each individually lost?
Yes.
Oh, joy.
Fuck.
Okay. Give
Oh,
me just-
Doc's gonna pitch his 10.
Okay, so Doc is going to apparently stay in place. Fire, what are you doing?
Well, I'm probably gonna do my best to try and track the others down.
Roll tracking minus 10.
Okay.
Owie.
Probably can't even make the roll even at max. Nope.
Okay. Give me just a sec. We're gonna go through and check what everybody's doing before I say anything. So next we'll do Emerald.
Emerald is calling out to see if anyone can hear him. Like, hey, guys! Where'd you go?
Your voice
Hello?
mockingly calls you back, mimicking
What?
everything you're saying. You also notice that the trees seem to be keeping their distance from you, strangely enough. No matter where you step, the trees are always in about a 4-foot distance.
Something is magical in nature.
I'll be fine. I keep calling out. Hey guys! I got lost. Where'd you go?
So we've done Pyre, we've done Doc. Ivory, what are you doing? You have found
Ivory.
yourself suddenly alone.
Ivory will take in his surroundings for a moment, and then he'll shut his eyes and begin walking and like muttering prayers under his breath, while thinking in his mind that he's going deeper into the forest.
After several minutes of doing this, you trip and fall. Opening your eyes, you realize you have somehow managed to get out of the forest.
Yep. He knew that would happen. So he's going to immediately walk back into the forest.
Okay. Roll a will minus 8.
Guys, I think this might be the first will failure of Iron Will Ivory.
God fucking
I'm-
holy shit!
Not today.
It would have been a good time to go down, though.
Would have been, yes.
Rapid, your turn. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go fly up above the tree line. I probably won't be able to see anything, but it's worth a shot.
Give me just a second to check something on your sheet. Roll aerobatics. -5.
Okay. Do. Ooh.
Not only do you not make it above the tree cover, you get slapped down by a tree. Take
Oh.
3 points of damage.
Well then. No flying allowed.
Doc, as you are in your tent, roll perception for me. Regular perception. You get the sudden sensation that you have been moved against your will. But given that you are inside a tent, it's hard to tell where you are.
I'll look outside my tent.
Standing outside the tent is the imposing figure of the elk that you had at some point visited. And he looks at you and says, "Well, what a surprise. I really wasn't expecting to see you or your group again. Though I can't help but notice that you seem to be keeping different company."
Oh yes, same me, different group.
I see. Shall I bring them here? Or do you wish to talk to me in private?
You're free to bring them here. I have no particular business with you at the moment.
So, for everybody else in the group, suddenly you just pop out into a clearing with no clear indication that there was going to be one until you were there. And for some of you, you weren't even moving. Crazy Joe's got 4 grenades hanging from his mouth as he looks at the group.
There you guys are. I knew I'd find you.
You get the word magic mumbled around the mouthful of grenades.
It's not magic, we are simply lost, and he's going to wink very obviously towards the rest of the group.
Yeah. I don't think Coppertail's gonna appreciate that, though.
Roll diplomacy.
Let's see. Success.
You are able to convince both of them that they were just lost somehow. Because in fact, they were both moving at the time that they found the clearing.
King of bullshit.
You also somehow managed to convince the Kazite as well, despite the fact that she was standing still.
He's
But-
just that good.
But the elk steps forward, and this dude is big. He's roughly about the same size as the beast of the ever-burning pits. And he has got a hell of a rack. For those of you that have their minds in the gutter, that is a term used for the antlers, not
the abs.
I wasn't gonna say
I
anything.
like how I knew exactly what you were talking about. I just decided to be funny.
I knew that several people's minds went there, so I might as well dispel that quickly.
Oh, sure, knew exactly what it was. Still funny.
I am surrounded by children. So,
I'm deeply disappointed in all of you. Obviously, he was talking about the mass.
Obviously, he's talking about the rack of ribs he has on the grill over there.
anyways,
Look at how nice that rack is. So juicy.
Yeah. I just thought he was talking about a 6-pack.
he trots. He trots forwards and says, "Welcome to my grill. Any friend of Doc's is a friend of mine."
Ivory's going to start wandering around like absent-mindedly, like looking around, taking in everything.
There's a shabby little hut,
Lovely.
but other than that, it seems to be just the beauty of the forest, which I will note is abnormally healthy for what you guys are used to in the wastes, other than the Everfree, which the Everfree always looks dark and gloomy. And here, it's almost like, imagine taking a slice out of the show's environment and putting it here, and that's what it feels like. Harkening
Do you
back
have any
to-
of that tea from last time?
He smiles and says, "Indeed, I do," and disappears for a moment before coming back with a crudely made tea set. It appears to be made from carved wood, and pours everyone a drink.
Well, don't look a giftier in the mouth. I'll take some.
All the magical beings I've come across, you so far are one of the few I actually like.
Pyre takes a sip of the tea, kind of gingerly.
It somehow managed to convey feelings of happiness through a drink.
Yeah, like leans back and sighs. This is really nice.
He takes a seat and drinks some himself before saying, "Now I had imagined that you did not come here for a simple visit. What can I help you with?"
I am
Well-
shy, and I would like to not.
Don't be so overly dramatic. Little Dumber magically contracted psychosis.
His face turns kind of grave as he looks over Ivory, and at some point his antlers start glowing as he magically examines as well. But Ivory, you have never felt so violated in your life.
Pyre immediately covers Crazy Joe's eyes.
So I just need to roll one manophobia.
Let's see here. Ivory will begin to like slightly freak out because of his reactions and stuff. Actually, hold up. I
Hey,
have these reaction modifiers, but I don't really explain anything.
hold on, let me
Reaction
take it.
modifiers is how people react to you, based off of like if they fall into that qualification. Like I get a +4 reaction modifier to people who are my patients because I'm just that good of a doctor.
Oh. Ivory has a -2 from others and a -4 towards any stranger and any quote-unquote legitimate reaction penalty, e.g. for an unfriendly race or nationality, is doubled. Wonderful. But yeah, he feels violated.
Coppertail somehow has gotten hold of the mangled pistol and is attempting to straighten the barrel enough so that he can open fire with it. Because Ivory has not done anything with it yet.
If you fire that gun, I'll fire you. In an actual fire. You will be the dinner for tonight.
Stop threatening my followers. He's just scared.
Then keep them in line.
It's a mangled piece of iron. It's not going to fire.
I've seen Crazy Joe make a stick of dynamite that worked with some mud and a stick.
That's Crazy Joe. What applies to him does not apply to everyone else.
Coppertail looks cowed when you say what you say, Doc, and sheepishly puts the gun down, or what's left of it. So after a thorough examination, he sets you back down and shakes his head, saying, "I'm afraid that this is beyond my expertise. Regrettably, it's one of the few things that I was not able to find a cure for in my time here. The biological one, that one is easy. But the magical version defies all logic."
And y'all made fun of me when I was ranting about how I hated the irresponsible use of magic in these wastelands. I mean, my god, and then Doc just goes on a triad.
Pyre's just kind of rolling her eyes in the background. Here he goes again.
Ivory's going to lean over to literally everyone and be like, see, even he agrees that my side is right.
Going on a tirade about magic. I just frown as he's doing this.
Ivory will join him.
Doc just pulls out a little box from his wagon, still ranting in the process as he steps onto it.
Ivory will stand on his lectern right next to them, and they'll... It's like a Dude Bro podcast, but they're both complaining about magic.
The ilk will quietly make a comment on not all magic is bad.
I'll second that.
That I agree with. But you must admit that there is a blatant misuse and misunderstanding of magic throughout the waste. To such an extent that people are advancing powers that they don't know the further implications of.
He does give
Well, you're
you
not going
that.
to find out how to use it correctly if you don't experiment.
Your ways of responsible magic have essentially been lost with time, and now all that's left are people who just spread more destruction by need and craving of just a little bit more power.
Rapid Shadow, your experimentation comment is exactly what created the mega spells.
I've seen someone turn into a pot plant by mispronouncing a word. I don't even remember the word, but I dare not try to say it lest I turn into a FICA.
The Kazite kind of clears her throat and says, "That was my brother."
My condolences.
James. Anyways.
As you guys your tirade is coming to a close, another voice cuts in and says, "Well, perhaps I may be of assistance."
Ivory will immediately look over and just be like, what is assaulting my ears?
A tall, lanky individual that is floating somewhat in midair and bears a humanoid resemblance, though is more otherworldly in his appearance and has an unnatural toothy grin, appears in front of the group and says, "I would not call it an assault. I haven't done any of that lately. But
Lightly.
I made... Yes, lately. The last time I had to do that, somebody, we'll say, broke a deal. And then did not want to pay up. See, I'm a very simple individual. I make deals and deliver things to people that they want. In return, they give me something I want. And I might be able to help you.
Let me guess, it's gonna take us all the way to the other edge of Equestria.
I think at this point, I would rather disgrace my own faith and become a Kazite rather than. I would probably rather die. I'm honestly not quite happy with selling my eternal soul or whatever you wish.
I'd like to correct myself from earlier. You're all less suicidal than the last group.
You see, for once, our goals may actually align more than you think. You see, there is an individual who I wish to meet. However, some unfortunate events are going to be preventing that soon. The FPC, as you call them, will be responsible for that. What I need you to do is stop them. Simple enough, right? Not only do you avert...
Considering that was our entire plan at this point.
Exactly. Not only do you avert a potential crisis that could spell the end of your existences, but you also are able to keep your sanity. And less air in your brain thanks to your companions.
At this, he kind of gives Doc the side eye. Doc, roll an intelligence check.
If it's remember this individual, I remember exactly who they are.
Oh, you do remember who they are. I was wondering if I was going to have to remind you, so don't ignore the... In fact, disappear. There it goes. We're good.
Yeah, it's the dealing bastard.
I will...
No matter how good it sounds, there's always going to be more cops to it than you thought. Kind of like how taxes used to be, but like, way worse.
Are you saying this to the group out loud?
Yeah. Doc is a blunt individual. He's not going to sit there and sugarcoat stuff just because the guy he's talking shit about is here.
Ah, yes, I do remember your little group. You see, they made the mistake of stepping in on a deal that someone else made. No, that is not my problem. In fact, I gave them the most straightforward deal I think I have ever given someone. But yet they still asked so many questions on it. But I will say,
Oh,
I can remove this disease. And all you need to do for me is stop the FPC.
This particular deal wouldn't just happen to take us north of Manhattan, would it?
To my understanding, they are somewhere in the north. Where they are is your job to find out, not mine. Although we can alter the deal to add that information.
it's basically a life for a guerrilla warfare campaign.
Well, we're quite already on a crusade.
What did you say, man?
I said it's basically a life for beginning guerrilla warfare against the FPC. I would call it crusade, but we don't really have enough people to be crusading.
A crusade can still be small.
That would be good.
It's not really. It's not like we have a horizon worth of hoes ready to like sack Philadelphia or something.
That would be beautiful. But later.
Now, a life for an objective that you already had started. What say you to the deal?
No extras, no. There's some random little asterisks and some very small text at the bottom that I need to read and put my. And it's going to like mimic putting glasses on, reading glasses to see. Nothing like that.
Why no?
I will say, these deals are always are fully what was verbally agreed upon. However, think about the words of the deal carefully.
Well, he does want us to find a particular individual.
Oh, the individual will be mine to
Would
find.
this be?
All I need you to do is stop the
Okay.
FPC.
Anything specific that would help us with that? Sure, gunning down Steelbrand would be a good start, but, well,
That will be for you to find out. Unless you want to alter the deal. At which point we can renegotiate.
yeah, Pyre kind of thinks for a moment. Well, there is this shadowy figure that's been following us around for a while. Ever since I joined the group, and apparently even before that. When I touched her, I saw a vision. And I saw inside one of those vaults. It was in pristine condition. And given who I saw, I wouldn't be surprised if that's Steelbrand. But I'm not as interested in him. I'm interested in whose eyes I was looking through.
Oh yes, I could very well give you that information. But again, it would be an alteration of the deal.
Well, I don't necessarily want to interfere with Avery. He's, got his own thing. Unless, could do our own deal. Although I don't know really what else other than what we're already doing.
I could arrange something, but let's first find out if your companion, Ivory, did you say, is able to accept this one. One deal at a time.
Understood? Looks at Ivory.
You know what? Sure.
So,
I shall agree to your little deal.
so his grin spreads even wider, impossibly, as you say that, as he says,
Very well, let's shake on it.
and he extends a clawed hand for you to shake.
Yeah, Ivory immediately looks like disgusted. And be like, fine, and verbally confirm it.
He does so when you shake.
And he'll like hesitate for a moment before being like, The things I do not to die.
He then, once the deal has been sealed, which you have a strange crawling feeling whenever it has been, he then reaches over the top of your head, and it is an agonizing feeling as if something is being ripped through your skull, and he then turns up his hand, and in his claws it appears to be a cloud of reddish brown mist, essentially, before he closes his claw and it just kind of vanishes.
A pleasure doing business with you. Now, for my Kieran friend here. Let me see. What could you offer me in exchange for that information?
Kind of thinking. Not entirely sure. Don't got much. Just a simple tracker and spell spawn hunter.
Well, I do deal quite exclusively in abstract things, such as favors, or I will even take IOUs, if you would like to do that.
Not particularly keen on having something so broad.
Very well then. How about this? There is an item in Tartarus. Oh, you could very well make it there alive and make it out alive. Ask your companion Doc.
Pyre looks at Doc.
I told you I got better.
Oh.
I'm also going to prod Cold specifically. Remember, no metagaming.
Yeah.
Now, this item is a fairly simple one. And in fact, it has been left there and forgotten. It's not even being guarded properly. However, the nature of Tartarus makes it difficult to enter for me, specifically. Me and several others. What I need you to do is go and retrieve this item. It's an amulet. Very simple in design. It is a dragon skull and shaped out of what appears to be obsidian or onyx or some sort of black stone with a glassy exterior to it. I give you this information, you bring me that amulet, and we will call it a deal. I will even provide you with the items necessary to enter. Because I know how you mortals deal with radiation, which is to say not at all.
Pyre kind of narrows her eyes. Any particular reason you want such a simple amulet?
Call me a collector of sorts. It is an artifact of a bygone era.
Not entirely sure I'm interested in going in Tartarus, but well, getting those items would get us through the nuclear wastes easily. Kind of like looking over the party, looking for their opinions.
I believe people should be free to make their own mistakes.
Ivory is immediately disagreeing with any extra deals with this thing.
Yeah, it doesn't tell us much, Ned. You need to.
Sorry, yeah, I feel like this. I'm not. Yeah, I feel like Emerald doesn't like this either. Sorry, I've been having trouble like formatting my thoughts in the words about this.
Pyre kind of nods at the group and she starts thinking, and then she starts looking rather conflicted and kind of starts pacing a little bit.
Ivory will walk up. Remember, this thing is asking you to, quite literally, walk into hell and return.
It has been done before.
Well,
Yes,
I'm
by
just
someone who died and then was resurrected. Supposed-
Oh no, I died much later.
Oh, you did? What the-
I didn't die in hell.
You need to tell me these things.
Well, stop making assumptions. I lived a very complicated life.
I would have to agree with
I'm
Doc on
going
that
to
one.
put you as an outlier.
Well, his companions also joined him. Though, when he died, they did as well. Unfortunately. And,
To my knowledge, they did not come back.
that is because their souls were taken. And not by me. Sadly.
I don't appreciate that, sadly. Either way,
Pyre kind of looks at the group and then kind of motions Surrogus over to kind of a little private consultation.
Don't forget, he hasn't told you his name yet. I know you know who it is, but he hasn't told you his name.
That was out of character, so just kind of saying.
Okay.
And she kind of starts whispering. Would knowledge of the Kirin Enclaves work?
Well, my dear, I don't believe you understand how much I do know about this place. In fact, I know quite a bit. Even some about the young prince and your amnesiac friend.
A whole lot of information.
I like how you
Yes.
didn't even acknowledge what he said necessarily.
No, she's gotten used to weird at this point. Well, I suppose you probably know some of my greater secrets. I mean, protecting the Enclaves is paramount for any Kirin who leaves.
Why, yes, of course. I also know why they organized into enclaves originally. I also know of the hidden ones that you don't.
She starts kind of eyeing him. You're trying to catch my interest.
You see, that kind of information would call for a higher price.
Well,
The IOU is still open.
well, other than this amulet, what would you even ask for?
I would have my ways.
The amulet sure is tempting. It's, I'm gonna play off the impulsiveness here. I'll take the deal on the amulet.
Then let us shake
Pyre lifts and shakes.
He shakes your hoof before grinning again and says,
So the individual that you observed, her name is Luna. Now, she's a very unique individual. She has the ability to traverse the dream realm. And the creature that has been following you is harboring her soul. It is why she is currently in a vegetative state. What you viewed was not some vision of the past or future, but her present.
Yeah, she kinda said as much.
Not to mention that the reason that she is still traveling the wastes as the Tantabus, which by the way is what the creature is called, is because she was afflicted with a magical curse. If her soul returns to her body, both her and the Tantabus will perish. Because the Tantabus is very tangentially a separate creature.
And let me guess, any information on how to try and solve this would require another deal.
Oh, absolutely! I'm glad to see you learn quickly.
I've met a few deal makers in my time. Unfortunately, this is the only deal I think I can afford to make.
Very well. I wish you luck in your endeavors.
Yep, the radiation stuff will definitely be useful.
with that, he snaps his fingers, and several odd-looking medallions appear, enough for every member of your group. And he tosses them to you and says,
These will fend off both magical and mundane radiation. Good luck. I would not recommend removing them when you make it to Tartarus.
Dude, she kinda like looks at him. Any particular timetable on this? Cause, you know, stopping the FPC might be a little bit more priority.
Well, to my knowledge, you've found some important information in that direction. So it's going to be nothing more than a pit stop for you. Not to mention that, though you did not know it before, there is a pass that will let you in more easily to what your people now term as the Crystal Waste.
Interesting. That wouldn't happen to fall under the deal of stop the FPC now, would it?
It would not, actually. You'll have to find it on your own.
Yeah, figures.
and with that, he disappears. The elk heaves a heavy breath and goes, "What the hell just happened? I know something happened, but what just happened?"
Well, at least we made a deal with the deal maker.
His face goes a bit pale as he says, "You didn't."
They kinda did.
He heaves a sigh and says, "Well, my recommendation is not to tempt such a creature to collect on a broken deal. I only hope that the consequences for it are not too grave."
Pyre kind of approaches. You ever heard of a amulet, dragon skull, obsidian?
He kind of looks thoughtful for a moment before saying, "I believe I might have at one point, but at this point in time, it has been so long that I'm not entirely certain."
Yeah, well, whatever it is, it's in Tartarus, and I'm supposed to get it, but sure as hell learned a lot.
Well, at least it was somewhat fruitful for you as of now. You are welcome to stay for a while before you have to head out. I'd imagine that you would like to rest and recuperate given the turmoil of the outside world.
Very much appreciated.
Okay. At this point, would you guys like to put a pin in it for the time being?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for those of you that may or may not still be watching, if you enjoyed that and would like to see more of it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, follow on Twitch, all that good stuff. If you want to show further support to the channel, then check out the links for the Patreon, the Discord. There's also subs on Twitch, subs, bits, all that good stuff. For those of you that are interested in the Discord, it is free to join, though I do appreciate any support other than that as well. A big thank you to my priest tier patrons, Ice Crystal, Cameo Shadowness, Scarmix, and Trailblazer. Other than that, we will see you guys tomorrow for Heart of Darkness. Everybody have a great afternoon, and don't forget to drink water.
You're that great.
Well, the bomb got dropped upon us all, and the list of all unknowns is tall. But if there's anything we know, our stubbornness has shown, we'll climb up after any fall. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. Leftover ashes in the sky, and the nations, all they do is fight. Yeah, the crown broke all our trust, so I guess it's up to us to save whatever's left of life. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. But we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. We don't know where we came from.